Psych. Hello there. I'm Jesus. Welcome to the next episode of Old School on the road to Old School MTG. I'm forgetting my own channel's name. So just having a little fun here. This is of course, Black Lotus proxy. Right, so it's a two-sided card. It's not even hard. Right, so it's not even trying to, other than the look in the front, but it's a very obvious proxy. Is bendy, and I just bought this for fun. In the previous videos, I had mentioned that I'm buying the most of the Power 9 cards, the all 5 Moxes, Ancestral Recall, and Time Walk. The Time Twister, I don't need it. It doesn't fit any of my decks that I want to play, so I'm not even going to get it. I do want this eventually. And these are all collector's edition prices, right? So which is a lot cheaper than Unlimited, which is a lot cheaper than Beta and Alpha. So although I know a real collector's edition Black Lotus will be far ahead in my future, I just wanted this to just play around with, play some mock games on my deck. And I have seen some people playing Old School Magic with proxies, and they're open about it, right? So it's not supposed to be hidden, where you're supposed to tell ahead of time, hey, I have some proxies on my deck, is that okay? Stuff like that, right? So I don't know if I'm actually going to play any games with this proxy, although this will be the only proxy I have. But I just wanted to just for the experience and to test things out in my real deck, right? Because this would be the only Power 9 card that I want that I don't have. All right, because of the price. I do plan on eventually, way more in the future, because I'm already spending so much money on everything else. And this is the reason why I wanted this particular proxy, because it's very obviously a proxy, right? So I wouldn't want to get one that's purposely made to fool somebody, right? So it's basically a playing card quality, right? Not from cardboard. I guess it's still cardboard, or maybe just some kind of plastic. Playing cards, right? Normal standard playing cards, right? Solitaire, stuff like that. So that's the quality of the card here, and it's double-sided. So this has the Black Lotus alternate art style, but for me, I want to, because of this side, right? It looks like looks like an Alpha Beta Black Lotus, right? So pretty cool. Right, and then just to make it more obvious, I could maybe play with this version, this side. And if I were to play, maybe I would put it on this side just to make it blatantly obvious. This is a proxy, right? Okay, so that's just a quick thing I wanted to get out of the way. So the main point of today's video is I have one more card to open, real card, right here. This is the last card actually that I've bought, that I've been waiting for. And I want to give an update on the Mox Jet situation that I've been lightly talking about in the previous videos. I have a conclusion to that situation. So I wanted to just give you that update. And just for anybody looking to play and use eBay for these cards, and of course these are very expensive cards, and you're wary of spending so much money on eBay, and what happens when something goes wrong. So I just wanted to give that experience from what happened to me, and then also what give an update of, since that fell through, what else am I gonna do after this? All right, so first let's get the cards out of the way. So this is the last card I need. This should be revised Birds of Paradise. So I already have 3. This will be the last one that I need. Like I was saying before, I'm splashing black and blue. On black, I already added a Mind Twist and a Demonic Tutor. On blue, I've added an Ancestral Recall, and I'm still looking for a Time Walk. So since I'm splashing those 2 colors, I needed to switch the Llanowar Elves for Birds of Paradise to give me more access to mana, different colored mana. All right, so the receipt inside. So it's just a regular envelope here. And then receipt, anything in special on the receipt? No. Just a thank you note on the bottom of it, which is nice still. And then here is the actual card. And these are the thinner top loader types, right? Which actually I think it's regular top loader. Actually, it comes in a big plastic for top loader. So okay, so it is a regular top loader. The back looks good, other than the kind of a long dent at the bottom. I think I saw that in the picture though, right? So it's nothing surprising. The main thing is the front. The front is great. So let's take a look at it. So it did come inside it. There's a penny sleeve, but it's so tight, the whole card just came off with the penny sleeve inside. So looks very, very nice. Little dent at the top, tiny one. The main dent is at the bottom on the back side. Actually, there's 2. And you see more scratches on the back. On the front, it's like really no scratches. It's solid on the front, which is what for me is most important. So let me show this. Okay, there we go. So pretty good quality. And so from the front, there's really nothing, no issues. Now here's where we're going to see some stuff. So, just general weathering use. But here, you see that big indentation there, like on that side right there. So that's definitely a big thing. And then there was also another one here, so on that side, the opposite side. Okay, kind of there on that corner, you kind of see it a little bit. Everything's straight, and then you see like it's a little indented on that side right there. But that's nothing compared to this big one right here at the bottom. All right, and then minor specks here and there. There's a little dot right in between the black and red circles. Right, it was just hard to find out because I did wanted to get a revised Birds of Paradise. At the moment I was looking around, different prices, but this one was, all in all, is pretty good. Okay, so that's the last Birds of Paradise that I needed for the deck. So putting it in a perfect fit sleeve, and then put it inside my main deck sleeve. So here it is completed. Although I do want to, I do want to check, like I usually do, check the listing, compare that to what I actually got. Okay. So actually, let's go first with the Black Lotus proxy. Just show that off first, which is funny. Here you can see the item like usual on my my list of things I got. But like a day or two ago, it said removed item. Like it's when I click on it, there's nothing there. It's blank. So I guess somebody complained or something. They didn't want these proxies to be sold. I guess that's the issue, or maybe the seller took it off himself. I don't know, but that didn't affect my personal item, right? Mine was already in shipment. It's just weird that this happened. I'm just speculating that's the reason why, but I really don't know. 750. I don't know if I paid shipping for this, but basically I know it was below $10. Right, and it's a very nice looking proxy, but like I said, it's very clearly a proxy. It's a plain card material, and it's double-sided. Right, I wouldn't buy a proxy that was made to feel authentic. Right, that's a counterfeit. Right, this is a proxy. Right? I think there's a clear difference. All right, so for the Birds of Paradise, this is what I got. Okay. Okay, so the indent thing that I said, so actually they use a stock image. I think the indent was from a previous card that I'm just, since I got so many things, recently I expected that indent on the indentation or that tab left at the bottom from a different card that I just recently got. And I was just confusing it with this one. And this one, they used the stock image and they said near mint. I think that's, I don't know. I'm going to, at the very minimum, I'm going to reply back to this guy. I bought several things from this seller. This is not near mint. Honestly, the other things it's like so close to it that I haven't complained officially, right? Or didn't put negative feedback, or I just left it blank. I didn't put positive or negative, or never replied back to a seller or whatever. This one actually, it's I might send a message about this. It's clearly not near mint. It's light played condition at best, which is fine. But there's no way it's near mint. So we'll see what happens about that. Return it? I don't know. I don't know if I want to go through the effort of that. Maybe the seller offers some money back. I think that would be fair. This is clearly not near mint. All right, so I'll see about it. Honestly, definitely sending a message. I don't know if I'm going to get some money back, but the main issue is the front looks nice, which is the main thing I care about. I don't intend on any of these being for me reselling or whatever. I don't care too much about that. It's more just the principle of it, right? Especially I bought several items from this seller already. So it's clearly not near mint. I may have also bought it if he said it was likely, and I paid the same price, right? But don't say it's near mint when there's clearly not. When there's damage, physical damage on the card, if there's physical damage, it's not near mint. Period. Right? So a bit disappointed there. I'll reach out and whatever. Not the end of the world, but still a little annoying nonetheless, right? It's only fair for you to get what you pay for. Okay. All right, so now to go to the Mox Jet situation. So this is the listing that I bought this card from several weeks ago. So either this person really has the card and they took these real pictures, or they found these pictures just online in general. But this was a scam that happened to me. So over here, the seller has 0 feedback, right? So I definitely noticed that. In fact, I think I I noticed when I was looking for Mox Jets daily, several times a day, I would look for on eBay, because I've had luck before where somebody had just posted something that I needed, listed something, and I just immediately bought it before somebody else scooped it up, right? So a Mox Jet for 820 is a very good deal, right? So this is, I would say, it's light played, right? So the seller also even said that lightly played, which is fine, right? That I was still okay with that, especially considering the price. So I bought it, but I spent like 2 days debating it. Like I remember at least 1 or 2 days debating it, so saying like, this guy has zero feedback. Nobody, and plus I wait a couple of days, nobody else is taking the bait. But I knew eBay has pretty strong seller protections, so buyer protection. So I'm like, okay, let me get it anyway. Let me just take the risk. Reward will be a very nice card in a very nice price. If anything goes wrong, it'll be more of an inconvenience, but I don't expect anything to financially affect me. And I was correct. So so this seller, after I paid it, when I bought it, I paid it, never contacted me, never shipped the item, or bought. Usually when you sell an item, right? So definitely looks real, right? So either he really has it, or just found these images online, or maybe he intended to sell it to me and everything, and it's a true posting, but something happened that's preventing him from reaching his computer, reaching back to me. Who knows, right? So I don't want to assume 100% it's a scam, but it's most likely was a scam from the very beginning. Right? So as I was saying, I took a chance on this, knowing full well, right, that may have been a possibility. But with the idea that eBay has strong protections for buyers, and I just wanted, so I figured if anything, this would be a good thing to post if something happened, but something wrong happened. Right here, over here, you can see he has another playmat. Right, so I don't know if at the minimum, there's definitely a real card, or at least looks very good. Could definitely have been a real card. Maybe he just found these images online. Who knows? All right. So then, so he never replied. He never added a tracking. I don't expect a personal reply email from sellers. Right? I just expect them to ship it to me and then provide a tracking. Right? If it's a cheap card, like I don't even expect tracking. I just expect the card in a few days. But for something for this price, definitely you should provide tracking, right? That's expected. So that's what was the first red flag. I never had any contact, not just any contact from the seller, but also he never provided tracking at all. Then after a long while, but still within that window of, okay, it's still, because when you buy something, it's expected between this and this date. So I was still waiting for around that time. I'm figuring maybe he sent it to me, but he never put the tracking on. Who knows? So then I made the initial contact to him, well, to the person, and stating, hey, it's been several days. I never had a tracking number given to me. Please provide that tracking numbers just to for me to make sure that this transaction is still flowing smoothly, right? It's still a true transaction, right? A legitimate transaction. Never heard back. So that's when I still but I wanted to escalate right away, right? It's obvious something's going on, right? So, but I had, I think, yeah, I clicked on something to escalate, but it's still, I got a message that says, okay, please contact the seller first please wait until this date for us before we can step in, right? Which is today. Today is the day eBay told me, okay, if I don't get a reply by this date, I reach back to eBay. And that's what I did today, early in the morning. There was just, within the eBay website, I went to this listing, and then there was a section there where it said, okay, eBay said, we've noticed the seller never contacted you. Do you want us to look at this? And I clicked on it, said yes, and then I wrote a short message explaining the situation. I contacted the seller, never replied back to any emails, never provided any tracking. This seems like it's a scam. I want my money back. Same day, so that's all today. I sent, I asked eBay to look at the situation personally. I sent that message, and then I guess within an hour or no, actually no, within minutes, 10 minutes, maybe less, I got a couple of emails from eBay saying, okay, we've assessed the situation, and we favor your story, and you're getting your money back. So let me share now that email. I got several emails, but I don't need to share each single one. They all said the same thing. All right. You will receive a full refund. We didn't receive valid tracking information from the seller. We're sorry you had a problem with your purchase. The refund includes the purchase price plus original shipping. So the card was $820, but here you can estimate I paid $60 on top for either shipping or, well, let's see. Oh yeah, $10 shipping, and then $50 on top of that for taxes and whatnot, right? So that was the full price that I paid, $884.51. But I used just for full disclosure, I put this card in my PayPal account. So I used it using PayPal, and so who knows if I had actually used my debit card, which I've done for other purchases. Sometimes, most of the time, I put it on some kind of credit card, like usually PayPal. But every now and then, I just straight up bought something, right? Because I was noticing my credit was, getting a little big, and actually, I was already close to maxing out the PayPal. So I'm like, okay, I should gotta just spend my own money straight up and buy some of these cards, right? So some of these I just bought straight up, but this one I put it on PayPal, right? So I'm gonna, I'm just explaining the situation. It technically never came out of my personal money, right? It was added to the PayPal balance. So I'm now expecting that balance to drop by $884.51, right? So if I had been removed from my banking account because I bought it and paid for it straight up, right? So of course I still expect my money back, right? But that would have been real money that's, as opposed to credit, right? So there is a difference. I don't have, that didn't happen to me in this case, so I don't have that experience. Hopefully it would have still been the same thing and full refund in either situation, right? But just to be clear, with my situation, that's what happened. I put it on PayPal, so I expect it says it's going to take in 3 or 5 days. Some of the emails I got, it's going to be like 1 or 2 days. As long as I get the money back, that's all I care about. So that's the situation with the Mox Jet. So then obviously I don't have a Mox Jet yet. I have 4 of the other Moxes, Mox Emerald, Mox, that was the first one. Then I bought Mox Pearl and Mox Sapphire from the same seller on Facebook Marketplace. And then Mox Sapphire from Facebook, but from a different seller, somebody new. And then I bought the Mox Pearl and Mox Ruby from the same seller on Facebook also. So the Mox Emerald was the only one from eBay, and that was the first Power 9 Mox that I bought, and that transaction was fine. And then the other 3 Moxes I bought from Facebook Marketplace. And then this would have been the 5th Mox that I needed. And that would have been through eBay, but then all this happened, right? So I'm gonna wait for my money to be returned, right? Or just the balance to clear out from the PayPal. So I'm still in looking out for a Mox Jet. So that one I actually needed. The Mox Ruby is just mainly for me to have all 5 Moxes at my disposal. I'm currently playtesting it so I can have all that Mox Ruby also in my Erhnamgeddon Old School deck. Even though I have no red in it, nonetheless, a lot of people, if they have all 5 Moxes, they just shove it in whatever deck they have because it's still extremely useful as colorless mana, right? So you don't have to play that colored Mox. You can just add it. It's still very useful, right? Most spells still have some kind of colorless cost to them, right? So it's still very useful. So I'm place testing that, seeing if I can. So far, it's actually working out okay. So I may keep that Mox Ruby. So in addition, I got to put in the Mox Jet when I get it, right? Because I do have 2 black spells in it, so I definitely do need that Mox Jet for the black colored mana. So then I have to take something else off if I do include the Mox Ruby. But so that's why I haven't played any games yet. Since I decided to take this drastic turn of adding Power 9 cards to my deck, I've held back on the on the playing side, right? So I would say that was coming up, and while I was researching, I was still through the research phase. I'm like, okay, I'm soon gonna start playing, right? But that's when I got the idea. Okay, you know what? For me, it's worth it to buy these cards. So then I said, okay, let me hold back on that. Let me continue study more, research more, learn more, and mainly though, educate myself on these cards, educate myself on the prices of these cards, right? Because I don't want to overspend on something that I could have gotten for cheaper, right? So, or at the minimum, I would have paid normal market price, right? And of course, depends on the grading, right? Some just because something is near mint, because of the centering, you can get a better grade, and then right, even if it's ungraded, right, you can clearly see something's not centered, so you know right off the bat. If you had that graded, it wouldn't have been a 9, right? Even if it's near mint also. So all right, so with all this situation, I still need Mox Jets. So I'm going to be looking out for a new opportunity for that, either through eBay or through I'm still also heavily looking into the Facebook Marketplace. I already got some nice hits from there. No problems through that way. And then I also need the Time Walk. Those are the last 2 cards I need, the Mox Jet and the Time Walk. With this Birds of Paradise, that was the last generic card that I needed, right? Even though it's a very powerful card, nonetheless, it's still right when you compare it to a Mox. Time Walk and Sister Recall, it's very tame when you compare it like that. So that was the last normal card I needed. I have everything else right now. As I'm playtesting my deck, I should have proxies. I have 2 different cards for the. Actually, I took out the card for the Mox Jet, I believe. Well, whatever. But I'm just using proxies at the moment. Right? I'm not playing against anybody. Just myself, just playing mock games. But anticipating me actually having a Time Walk and actually having a Mox Jet, right? Because I know I'm going to get them. I just now need to wait a little longer. I did communicate with somebody over the Time Walk, but it didn't work out. So I'm still, those are the 2 cards missing from this deck. So I'm still looking out for the right opportunity to pop in. I could just go to, I guess, TCG Player and buy a Time Walk. Right now they're near mint, $1,000 from there. But just a couple weeks ago, I saw them for 900. Near mint also on eBay, right? So it was an auction, and then I had both Ancestral Recall and Time Walk from the same seller. They both were at 903. I just kind of half jokingly put a bid on the And Sister Rico, I was the only bid, and I ended up winning it. And then the other one, I didn't, but then nobody won that one, right? So I know I could get it for cheaper in near mint, right? But you know, it is rare. Normally I hadn't seen that. So who knows? I might just end up paying that $1,000 for it. But I have seen it for cheaper, so maybe I can get it for cheaper, especially with all this expense, right? So I bet it definitely $5,000 on top of whatever I was paying for anything else beforehand. So that's a lot of money. So anytime I can shave 100 or 200 off, that's a big deal. All right, so those two cards are the last ones. I may dabble with the sideboard since I gotta now spend time just waiting for me to get those two cards anyway. So I might as well just research now on what sideboard cards are traditionally in an Erhnamgeddon deck, and then I may just go do that also, right? Who knows? But you know, it's definitely put a damper on my plans. I thought I would already have that Mox Jet in hand, and I thought I would already made a deal with that person for the time walk, and it would have been already started to be shipped to me. But now I have no deal on either one of those cards, so I'm starting from scratch on both of those. I'm on the looking out phase, just searching every day, refreshing, seeing what pops up. So that might take a while, but unless I just bite the bullet and pay just the normal market price for these cards, but I'm trying not to. But until then, like I said, I may just dabble with the sideboard since I'm already winning anyway, right? And that has to be done eventually anyway. So may I take care of it now, maybe not, I don't know. But you know, I'm left now a little bit in limbo with an incomplete deck. I guess I could play it like this, right? But considering, you know, I'm going all in on this, you know, might as well maybe just wait it out and wait for those final two cards for me to get those two cards, and then wait for that, and then for me to have the full power of the deck that I wanted, minus of course a Black Lotus, which I can have. So this is the best I can get for now, and this will be just for fun. All right, so that's my situation at the moment. Waiting out for those final two cards, a Mox Jet and a Time Walk Collector's Edition, because I can't afford unlimited. Well, maybe I could afford maybe 2 unlimited cards for what I pay for everything else, but I'm like, nah. Collector's Edition is perfectly fine for my needs, in my situation. All right, so just waiting for that. I may tackle the sideboard a little bit here and there, but now it's a bit of a waiting game while I get those final 2 major pieces to my deck, and then after that I'll have no excuse, right? I'm like, okay, the deck is done. I literally cannot do anything more to this. Everything I can possibly do, I've already done. Now it's just playtime, right? So, so after I get those cards, maybe you know, tackle the sideboard. That is coming up soon, but I got to resolve the situation first, right? So, on the next video, I'll just, you know, depending on what happens, I'll let you guys know what happens next. So, thank you for watching this video.